Charlotte had some big moments last season. They beat in-state rival East Carolina early in the year with their explosive run game. Late game heroics also pushed them past Rice. The 49ers won their last 2 conference games of the season and just missed being bowl eligible by 1 game. This year, they're looking to grow. They've brought in a new head coach in Tim Alvin, who led Ohio University to a MAC championship. Back here at the American Football Kickoff, I'm Maria Tribalpiece alongside Rini Angolia, Lige Duzabol, and the head coach of the Charlotte 49ers, Tim Alvin. Coach, welcome to your first American Conference Media Day.
Thank you. We're very excited to have it here in the Queen City. Our campus is just up the road about 15 miles. Lots of energy.
Good home game for you.
Yeah, that was going to be my first question.
Sorry.
What has it been like just being here at home? And there's a ton of local media covering you and your school.
Well, I think it's great for the American. And again, my first class. Our commissioner has done a wonderful job putting this together. Again, thank you to the Queen City, and I think there's just a ton of energy as our brand as a conference. Army, Navy, Tulane, Memphis, they're in the conversation. As you heard our commissioner this morning probably talk about in the conversation in November about making the playoff. Man, it's an exciting time.
Coach, why Charlotte, right? You really built it up at Ohio. We're there for nearly 20 years.
It was 20.
Was 20. I was going to say it was right at 20. Coming off a MAC championship, what made Charlotte the place for you?
I think it became very clear to Brooke and I in the vetting process, just the vision, the synergy from Chancellor Gaber, Director Hill, and what they want to get done from a football standpoint. Today, it takes resources.
Yeah.
It just does. It's what it is. And you combine that with the recruiting footprint, again, the wonderful city, the Queen City. I mean, there's a ton of potential here.
Yeah.
All right, 2-part question, because I got to ask this first question, because if I don't, I know I won't get it in. Did you have it on your bingo card that in 2025 you'd be coaching against Bill Belichick?
Well, I'm not sure what game that is, but right now we're focused on the Duke's Mayo Kickoff Classic right here, right down the street.
Right down the street.
Yeah, that's where our focus is.
Yeah.
And now to my real question. At Ohio, stability comes to mind when you think of what you did there. Your first season there, I believe you only won 3 games, but then, man, you built a culture. I think you had 3 10-win seasons there, as Lige said, won the MAC championship. But stability last year, because I remember for radio, I called your Cure Bowl. You were the only team in the nation that didn't lose anyone in the portal. So that, to me, is stability. And then you come to Charlotte, which has been dealing with instability the last couple of years. So kind of contrast that of what you came from and now what you're dealing with.
I'm very proud of that. And to have the stability you're talking about, the portal comment, I mean, that speaks to the administration at Ohio University.
Yeah.
Director Cromer, Brian Smith, John Hauser, and the staff. I mean, right? I mean, that's really humbling for that, and I'm so proud to be a small part of that. Moving forward, we aspire to do those things here.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, and that's the truth. That first season as a head coach, there's a 1-point loss, a 2-point loss, a 3-point loss, and a 7-point loss, and nobody panicked. And look where they are today. And I'm just Brooke and I are so humbled to be there 20 years, and we're excited about the future here in Charlotte.
Coach, let's talk about your quarterback room. There's going to be a quarterback competition. You have Grayson Loftus there, Connor Harrell, Zach as well. What have you seen from each one of these quarterbacks, and when do you feel like you'll feel comfortable enough to name your starter for the season?
Yeah, this is going to be a very intense evaluation process. All 3 are capable. All 3 have started Division I games. They can create with their feet. They can extend plays. They can use the run game if you want to. They got all the characteristics that you want in the quarterback. It's going to be I'm going to say it. To make it fair and get the right one out there, you're probably gonna have to do some live work with them.
Yeah.
And that's a tough one. And I'm saying that now. In 2 weeks from now, I might change my mind. But I just think that's gonna give us the best chance to get into true evaluation on it. We're in a good spot, but this next month's gonna be important.
Coach, you did an interview with Maria earlier in the year, and you said something really cool. Body language doesn't whisper, it screams.
Yeah.
You have some players on your team. You're their 3rd head coach, so that dynamic. How is the body language?
I think I appreciate you bringing that up. I'm a big component of it because my body language is not very good at times, right? And I get told about it when I get home. But back to like Johnny. I mean, Johnny, it is his third head coach.
Yeah.
It's also he's on his 9th offensive line coach. Hey, Charlotte cannot be a bus stop.
Yeah.
From a roster standpoint, and it can't be a bus stop with a coaching standpoint, right? Well, how do you fix that? Winning. You guys stick around, right? It's pretty simple. I told them the second meeting, look, guys, our staff, it's not us versus you. It's us with you. Yeah. And we got to develop a learning mindset. Don't cut corners. And staff's done an unbelievable job, support staff included, to create an environment that the guys want to buy in. You say, well, he didn't buy in or he did buy in. That starts with the staff, and we've got an elite one.
Talking about your staff, you bring in offensive coordinator Todd Finch, who was at LSU, spent some time at Ohio State. What ultimately went into the decision, and why was he the guy to run your offense?
That was an easy one, and really, I'll say it, the best group of 6 hire, in my opinion. And it's my last one. I said from day one it would be my last one. He's never worked with Todd, studied his film. He's worked with 2 close friends. I mean, he's a quarterback whisperer. He was at Ohio State before that. Yep. He's been coordinators all over the place, SEC. Yeah. I think he's got 16 years in the Carolinas. That didn't hurt either. But he's a good person, all right? And he is going to develop those guys. So he's going to get that battle. He's on top of it.
I love it.
With a program that you mentioned, Coach, just had been a bus stop in years past, right?
Yep.
How important is it when you come in to have a guy like Johnny King stay and just help kind of bring some of those other players together?
I got the job out of town. UNC Charlotte just finished finals. I didn't get to have any in-person meetings. It's all on the phone. Call everybody in the team, parents. Johnny's from North Carolina. I said, I'm back from the Hall of Fame on Friday morning. He was in my office 9 o'clock in the morning. First in-person I had. Hour meeting. Just laid it all out in the line. Just laid it all out there. My vision, what we're going to do. And Johnny had all kind of offers, and I just told him, and then went on to the next thing. It's the most powerful conversation. What a great man. He loves UNC Charlotte. Just down the road, I get a call probably 3 days later. He says, Coach, I'm canceling my last visit, and I'm in. And I said, wow. And then hey, guess what? Snowball. It started snowballing. Yeah.
You mentioned earlier about the Queen City, how great it is.
Yeah.
It's a great place to recruit. It seems like the administration, with your hiring and renovations going to this team, it seems like there's a new commitment almost to football. Talk about that.
Yeah. We have a $60 million expansion when our stadium starts this August. Excuse our dust. We're going to play our games there, right? 3,000 square foot kitchen. That was not in my thought process at all in the decision. It was what I told you. Yeah. All right. But hey, it's a thing. And on the commitment piece of that, it's going to help us propel this thing in recruiting. Yeah. It's again very, very exciting times.
Coach, you mentioned it earlier, right? You guys kick off the season in the Duke Mayo kickoff right here, Bank of America Stadium, Appalachian State, another team that's in the Carolinas. Just talk about the excitement about that, playing another team from Carolina in front of a national stage at a professional stadium.
I mean, I'm so happy for our student athletes to be involved with that, and we've had our best academic performance. Semester-wise and cumulative-wise, from spring to summer, our guys are going to graduate. They're going to be here working in the Queen City. It's all corporate America, the 5th largest, fastest-growing city there is. I mean, it's really exciting. I think that the venue, our guys, they want to go try to play on Sundays, right? They're going to get a chance to play in that beautiful stadium in front of our fan base and our opponent's fan base. Yep. It should be electric.
Coach, we've talked a lot about this to some of the other coaches that were here at the desk with us, but just the strength of the American Conference in the past couple of years. When you took this job here at Charlotte, how excited were you to be a part of a conference that has been so successful?
That was part of the decision. I will tell you. Commissioner Pernetti and his vision. You look from top to bottom, all 14 schools. I mentioned 4 earlier, but I mean Army, Navy. Are you kidding me? I mean, I grew up with 3 channels, CBS, Army, Navy. Roger Staubach, He's 1965 Heisman Trophy winner at Army, right? I mean, it's very powerful. A lot of great coaches. The bowl trophy last year, I think we were 6-2, 8.
Correct.
8 out of the 8 teams got qualified.
Yeah.
Pretty powerful.
And what will it take for you to compete with those other teams in the American?
Yeah, well, that's a good question.
I know that was kind of a loaded question. I hit you with right there.
It needs to happen, right? But I'll say this: hey, we're going to have a good football team.
Yeah.
I just don't know when. There's so much turnover, right? And I think a lot of coaches are probably saying the same thing because of the turnover. And so I think what's it going to take? I think just we're on schedule. We're going to need to have a healthy August. Get off to a good start.
20 years in the MAC, right? It's getting a little different. Now you're going to be studying some other teams on film, right? It'll be a little different.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Well, we are sure that you'll adjust very quickly, Coach. Thank you so much for joining us here on the desk today.
Thank you very much for
Coach.
having me. I appreciate it.
Let's take a look at Charlotte's schedule. As Rini said, there is a game against a former NFL coach named Bill Belichick, but there's also some really great matchups on that schedule as well. So let's send it over to Hannah with some Charlotte players.
Thank you so much, Maria. I'm here with defensive tackle Jaquarius Connolly and center Johnny King. Guys, just how cool is it to have the American Football Media Day here in your hometown, home city? Just how cool has this experience been?
Hey, it's really cool, really close. So, it's not a far drive. We're able to, we worked out this morning, went and got the suit, came down here, able to, make it home at a decent time of day. So it's pretty cool.
I think that's the best part, just being able to still be able to practice and get better throughout the day for the last 2 days.
That's awesome. You guys still had practice and you're here at Media Day. I mean, never stops. Grind never stops, right?
Absolutely.
Well, Johnny, I want to start with you. You entered the transfer portal at the end of last season. You were just hearing your head coach talk a little bit about your decision, but what ultimately made you decide to stay, and what was it about Coach Albin that led you to continue to stay at Charlotte?
Absolutely. That's a great question. Coach Albin mentioned that I had a conversation with him one day, and I'd been in the portal for about 2 weeks, had a conversation with him, and it was like 2-hour conversation. And at that moment I knew that, I'd always loved Charlotte. Charlotte's always been the place for me. But, having the conversation with him and the vision that he has for this program, there's no way that I could pass up on that opportunity. And the coaches are great, so that opportunity was in front of me, and I knew that I had to take advantage of it.
And then for you, Jaquarius, what was it about Coach Albin that sold you to continue to stay and play for him this season?
That he want to just push all the players to their best extent. I really just like to play for competitive coaches. Just hearing his background, seeing his background, and seeing what he did at Ohio, that was amazing to me. I remember we had our second conversation, and Ohio was playing in the MAC championship, I think, and we talked about it. I was like, "Yo, we need that quarterback. We need some of these people to come over here and come represent Charlotte." So, just having those conversations and getting closer to them, just having that family bond has been amazing.
And then for the both of you, how good is it to have such an experienced leader at the helm of this program after a little bit of uncertainty? I feel like Charlotte's needed some stability in years past, but how is having some experience going to help propel this team to success?
Yeah, it gives us, a lot of confidence. He's a great leader. He's a great man. And he's won a lot of football games. And I'm really excited about that because, I want to win games. We all want to win games. Everybody on our team has that goal in mind. We want to win football games, and most importantly, we want to win football games for the city. Charlotte deserves it, as each person on our team deserves it as well too. So.
Jaquarius, I want to ask you, last season you weren't able to play until the back half of the season due to some NCAA eligibility reasons, but now back for another year at Charlotte. How excited are you to just be able to get your feet on the field and get to action?
Yes, man. Last year that was a bit of a pickle. I just feel like, I just want to play football, honestly. That's my biggest goal, just to one day be able to make it to the league and get that opportunity that I deserve, or I feel as if I deserve. So, at the end of the day, I just want to play, just be able to ball, just let me free and do what I could do to be able to help the team.
I feel like the identity for Charlotte has kind of been up in the air the past couple of seasons, but from a player's perspective, for the both of you, what is the identity of Charlotte heading into the season?
Yes.
Okay. I would say it's more just a family. Like, we are really building that family bond. It's more committed. We're all going in the same direction, and I feel like that's what we missed last year, and that's what the coach Alvin and his staff was able to bring in.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he kind of said it all right there. Family. We want to be, we want to be a tight football team. Like, we want everybody, know each other on a personal level, and love each other on a personal level. And I think that's the biggest part when it comes to having success in a football program. So.
Absolutely. And let's talk about the schedule. I mean, week 1, you open up Duke Mayo Classic right here at home at Bank of America Stadium. But just talk to me about the hype and the build-up for that game and just renewing that rivalry with App State.
Yeah, absolutely. I've never got to play against App State, and it being in Charlotte, that's going to be really cool. It's going to be really exciting for our fans. It's going to be really exciting for our program. I think it's going to be really competitive. Really excited about it.
I feel like that's going to be a game where we're going to really dictate how fast we're going to start this season. That's a good game because, App State is not a pushover. They're going to be great this season, just as well as Charlotte. They're going to be, competitive, and that's all I want to play against. You feel me? So.
And then week 2, it doesn't stop there. I mean, you are a Patriots fan. We talked about that a little bit, but it just so happens you'll be facing your former school, and as well as Bill Belichick. I mean, how's the hype around that, and how excited are you both for that?
I'm very excited. Just to be able to play an NFL coach, period, is something that I look forward to my entire life. So just to be able to see what they're going to be able to come with this season, I'm ready to rock out, honestly.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, anytime you get an opportunity to play, a team like North Carolina and a coach like Bill Belichick, it's definitely exciting. So, the atmosphere is going to be great. It's going to be a great scene in Charlotte, for both programs. So.
Well, thank you so much for joining me here at the Players Desk. Charlotte here in their own city at American Football Media Day, guys. It's been awesome. Wishing you both the best of luck this season.
Thank you so much.
Back to you, Maria.